Have you ever wondered if it's possible to make a woman want you without touching her? The truth is, physical contact isn't the only way to create a deep magnetic connection. In fact, knowing how to stimulate her emotions and mind can often be even more powerful. Focusing on turning a woman on without touching her unlocks a deeper level of attraction, one based on connection, confidence, and authenticity. Everything you say, do, and encounter has the power to captivate her and ignite a flame that goes beyond the physical. However, the key lies in understanding what truly makes her feel seen, respected, and intrigued. If you want to know how to make this work in your own life, keep reading as we break down 7 transformative strategies that will not only show you how to turn her on without touching her, but also how to build a connection that leaves a lasting impression. Ready to find out the secret? Let's start with number 1. 1. Non-physical attraction, the power of excitement. Non-physical attraction is the ability to elicit excitement in any woman without physically touching her. When we think of attraction, our minds often go straight to the physical. A warm hug, a gentle stroke, or even a kiss. But here's the real secret. You don't have to touch her. The strongest form of attraction isn't touch. It's what stays in her mind when you're not around. For example, have you ever seen a movie scene where 2 characters stare at each other from across the room? There are no words, just an intense gaze that creates a magnetic tension you can almost feel. That, my friend, is the essence of non-physical attraction. 2. Evoking strong emotions. Your ability to evoke strong emotions in others speaks more powerfully than words. Your body language, tone of voice, and most importantly, the energy you project are incredibly powerful. Confidence shines through. Mystery intrigues, and authenticity draws people in. Being the kind of man who makes her feel afterward, rather than focusing on what he does, is what makes her remember him. Compliments fade quickly, but energy stays with you. For example, imagine telling her, "There's just something about you that I can't quite explain." The beautiful thing is that she'll start wondering, what does he see in me? What makes me stand out? That mystery will linger long after your words fade. Imagine walking side by side with her, having a lighthearted conversation. All of a sudden, you pause, look at her with quiet sincerity, and say, "I know there's something about you." Let the silence last for a beat, then end with a slight smile and say, "I can't quite explain it, but I love that moment." 3. Less is more. Most guys mistakenly believe that attraction involves being ostentatious, excessive, or showering her with praise. But the truth is, real attraction is about making her feel seen in a way no one else does. Pay attention to the little things. The way she laughs, the sparkle in her eyes when she talks about something she loves, or the way she fidgets when she's thinking. Say these things out loud, not as compliments, but as observations. For example, "I love your contagious smile when you talk about that." Or "You have this way of making people feel at ease." That's rare. These aren't just words. They show what you truly see in her, which makes them irresistible. By the end of this, you'll understand something important. Attraction isn't about impressing her. It's about making her feel that there's something special about the connection between you. Ask yourself, are you ready to be the man she remembers for how you made her feel, not just for what you did? 4. How to make her feel truly seen and valued. What if I told you that the best way to win her heart isn't with grand gestures or fancy words, but by making her feel truly seen? Think about how wonderful it feels when someone notices the little things about you that you haven't even mentioned. Doesn't it make you feel special? Women want to feel like more than just a pretty face or a passing presence in your life. So how can you make her feel that way? First and foremost, listen carefully. I don't mean nodding while planning your next response in your head. Listen to understand, not to reply. Here's an example from real life. Imagine she casually mentions how much she loves stargazing because it makes her feel connected to something bigger. A few days later, you hear about a meteor shower. Instead of just saying, "There's a meteor shower this weekend," you say, "I remembered how much you love stargazing. I think you'll really enjoy it." Can you picture her reaction? The look in her eyes will make it clear that she feels truly heard. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul dies with the color of its thoughts." When you focus on understanding her world, she will feel it. Pay attention to the small details. Here are a few practical tips to help you stand out. Pay attention to the small details she shares. Notice her likes, dislikes, and quirks, and remember them. Acknowledge how she expresses herself in unique ways. Show that you care about what matters to her. This will not only make her feel seen, but also deeply valued. Mentions like her favorite song or a habit she feels self-conscious about can make a big impact. For example, if she tells you she loves vanilla lattes, surprise her with one on a busy day. It's not just about the coffee. It's about showing her that you're paying attention. Come up with your own ideas. Instead of simply saying, "You're beautiful." Say something like, "I love how passionate you are about a hobby or interest. It's inspiring." Spend time with her and plan activities that align with her interests. If she loves art, take her to a local art gallery. If she enjoys nature, suggest a hike for the weekend. These shared moments will strengthen your connection. Practice active listening. When she talks, be fully present and avoid distractions. Keep your eyes on her and ask thoughtful questions. For example, if she tells you about a tough day at work, don't just say, "That sucks." Instead, ask her, "How did you deal with it?" When a woman feels seen, she feels safe. And safety is the foundation of intimacy. Your full attention is a rare gift in a world full of distractions. Most people don't take the time to notice the little things that make someone special. But when you do, you stand out without even trying. The next time you're with her, ask yourself, am I truly present? Am I paying attention to what makes her unique? When you do, you won't just get her attention. You'll earn her trust and admiration by showing her that she's more than just a passing thought. You'll make a connection that feels impossible to resist. And isn't that what love is all about? 3, take her on the fun pursuit. Give her a challenge and enjoy the thrill of the chase. Have you ever wondered why some men can easily get her attention while others fade into the background despite their best efforts? The key is often finding the right balance between confidence and intrigue. By their very nature, people are more interested in things that are difficult to get. For example, would you rather hold a diamond that took years to find or a rock you could pick up on the street? Men who hold themselves to high standards and don't give in to every request are often more attractive to women. This isn't about playing games. It's about showing that you respect yourself and value your time and energy. You have the power to choose who you're open to. Let's say you've been talking to a woman online for a while and suddenly she texts you wanting to meet up tonight. You're interested in her, but you already have plans. Maybe to work out or read your favorite book. Instead of dropping everything, you could say, "I'd love to, but I already have plans for tonight. How about we meet up another day?" This straightforward response conveys 2 powerful messages. First, by not seizing every opportunity, you demonstrate that your attention is a valuable asset. It's not just something that can be given away easily. Second, this approach shows her that you value her company enough to reschedule, making her feel like she's worth the effort. This dynamic taps into the investment principle, which emphasizes the value of hard work. When she realizes that she has to put in effort to gain your time, it changes her perspective. You become more valuable to her, and she stops seeing you as just another person vying for her attention. As Warren Buffett famously said, the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Apply this mindset to your time and energy in relationships, and you'll find it easier to handle challenges. Last-minute requests can disrupt your plans. So respond with something like, "That sounds great, but I'm busy right now. Let's find another time." Keep yourself busy by pursuing your interests, hobbies, and goals. A life that's full and rich with your own pursuits is naturally appealing. Don't try to be secretive. Just be yourself. Prioritize your time and energy, and show that you're interested. Find a balance between mystery and moments of connection. Instead of focusing solely on her appearance, praise her intelligence, goals, or beliefs. This shows that your life is full and that you're willing to share it with someone who wants to be a part of it. Remember what Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you'll find strength. Your value doesn't come from the approval of others, but from your own self-perception. When you exude confidence, the right people will gravitate toward you effortlessly. The art of suggestive communication, whispers of intrigue, hints of deeper conversations. What if I told you that it's the way you say things, not just the words themselves, that attract someone? It's not the sentence, but the subtle dance between you and your conversation partner, the way you deliver your words, the pauses between them, the gaze in your eyes. These all contribute to creating an air of mystery and excitement. The power lies in how you use your voice, your pauses, and the meaning behind every word. Imagine that you can draw someone closer just by the way you speak. Take a moment to picture this. You're talking to someone who has your full attention. Instead of rushing your words, you take a moment to breathe. Your words don't come out quickly. They flow carefully and with purpose. The energy in the room changes as your tone does. When you lower your voice and speak more slowly, you create space where each word matters. This approach makes perfect sense. Communication uses tone and silence to form a connection without needing constant words. Picture this. You're sharing a quiet moment with someone and you say, "I've never met anyone quite like you." The pause after the word anyone is intentional, giving the person you're speaking with a sense of wonder. Your words carry a weight that resonates deeply within them. Their attention is held not just by the content of your words, but by the rhythm and pacing of your delivery. When you compliment someone or show interest, don't rush to fill the silence. Instead, take your time and let the emotional connection grow. It may take longer to say, "I really enjoy spending time with you," but each pause strengthens the emotional bond between you. What you say matters, but so does how you say it. The listener doesn't just hear the words, they feel your sincerity, the emotion behind them. Talking isn't enough to truly communicate. You need to add purpose, emotion, and rhythm to every sentence. The more you practice this skill, the more memorable everyday conversations will become. Slow down when you speak. Observe how the people around you respond differently when you speak with meaning and intent. 5. Using suggestions to get people interested. Conversations that stick with you use words to pique interest. They go beyond surface-level chat and make a real impact. To be clear, this isn't about over-flirting or making her feel awkward with your words if you want to leave a lasting impression. You need to move beyond small talk and make emotional connections. After all, we all want to feel understood. Asking the right questions is key to connecting with someone on a deeper level. What I mean by using words that hint at something deeper is showing her that you're more than just your surface appearance. For instance, instead of saying, "Hey, I find you interesting," try saying something like, "There's something about you that I truly find interesting, but I can't quite pinpoint it." This small change in wording creates more mystery and meaning. It piques her interest and makes her wonder, what does he perceive in me? What is it that captivates him? If you do this, she'll want to know what about her caught your attention. This transforms a simple compliment into a moment of curiosity and intrigue, making the conversation much more engaging. Asking questions that lead to connection. Another way to make your conversations more engaging is to avoid small talk and instead talk about things that hint at a deeper bond. Try asking her questions that will help you understand her story, such as, "I think you might have a story or two that would completely surprise me. Would you be willing to share one?" This type of question serves two purposes. It encourages her to open up and share something significant while framing the conversation as a process of discovery, rather than a simple exchange of pleasantries. Subtly, you show her that you value depth and individuality. Suddenly, the conversation shifts from being ordinary to extraordinary. This shift lays the groundwork for an emotional connection to form. A well-placed question doesn't just gather information. It creates moments of shared vulnerability, and that's where real connections happen. For example, asking, "What do you do for fun?" might be a common question. But "What's something you did recently that surprised even you?" will prompt her to reflect on a deeper experience. This question not only makes her think about herself, but also lets her share a story that shaped who she is. The answer will show something real, making her feel seen and heard. What you bring to a conversation, curiosity, presence, and sincerity, determines its depth and tone. By being genuine, you create a space where both of you can connect on a level that goes beyond the ordinary. It's not about impressing her. It's about truly understanding her and creating a moment that feels less like a performance and more like a shared experience. The next time you're talking to someone, remember that depth always shows through. Ask her something important. Share a thought that stays with her and make her wonder, not about you, but about what else you and she might discover together. That's the key to making a meaningful connection. The power of calm in a crisis. Let me drop a bomb of truth. It's not only about winning races, it's about winning people's hearts and minds. How you respond to an unexpected problem at work or a disagreement with a close friend or family member can significantly impact the relationship. The key to navigating these situations is to remain calm. It's easy to react impulsively when things don't go as planned, but taking a deep breath and responding thoughtfully will not only help you think more clearly, but also inspire trust and respect from others. When you stay calm in the face of adversity, you show that you are emotionally grounded and in control, and this builds a sense of security in the people around you. Whether you're dealing with a work crisis or a personal disagreement, your ability to remain composed is one of the most attractive qualities you can display. Your response in these moments reveals a lot about your character, and if you can stay calm, measured, and thoughtful, you'll win. Not just the battle, but the respect and admiration of those around you. The power of eye contact, saying everything without words. Have you ever felt someone's gaze linger just a little longer than expected? It's not just a casual glance or a fleeting look. It's a deliberate, significant connection that leaves you wondering what they're trying to convey without saying a word. When done right, eye contact can make a connection that goes deeper than words ever could. Why is eye contact so powerful? In a world full of distractions, most people look at each other but rarely see each other. Real eye contact cuts through the noise. It's vulnerable, intimate, and magnetic. Studies show that sustained eye contact makes two people, even strangers, feel more trust and intimacy. As Beanie Brown, a renowned researcher, said, "Vulnerability is where connection begins." When you look someone in the eyes, you give them a rare gift, your full attention. This shows that you are present, confident, and ready to connect on a deeper level. Eye contact creates a magnetic force that draws people in, making them feel understood and valued. How to make magnetic eye contact. It's not just about looking, it's about balance. Here's how to get good at it. Maintain gentle, consistent eye contact. When you're talking or listening, keep your eyes on theirs a little longer than usual. Don't stare too intensely, but just long enough to show you're genuinely paying attention. This creates a subtle, meaningful connection. Be fully present. Imagine she's telling you a story. Instead of looking around the room or at your phone, focus your gaze on her. This simple action will make her feel like she is the most important person in the room. Your eyes should say, "I hear you. I'm here." Use a soft gaze and a small smile. A sharp, unblinking stare can feel intimidating, but a soft gaze with a warm smile is captivating. Relax your facial muscles and let your eyes show interest, care, and curiosity. This invites openness without overwhelming the other person. Create a lasting first impression. When meeting someone for the first time, instead of offering a quick glance, hold their gaze just a little longer. Let your eyes say, "I'm interested in getting to know you." This type of eye contact leaves a lasting impression and makes people feel recognized, building subtle tension with eye contact. Have you ever noticed how electric a moment of silence can feel when you look someone in the eye? That's the beauty of building tension. Look at them for just a second longer than usual during a pause in the conversation. This brief, unspoken moment can pique their curiosity and make them wonder what you're thinking. That tension is powerful because it's vulnerable. Most people aren't accustomed to complete visibility, but eye contact forces that. It's honest, raw, and memorable. When you make eye contact, you're not just looking at someone. You're acknowledging them as a person, fully present and open to connection. Practical tips to use eye contact. Effectively practice with friends, coworkers, or strangers. Next time you talk to someone, try holding their gaze a bit longer than usual and notice how they react. Eye contact can create a deeper sense of trust and connection when combined with genuine attention. Stay present.